Hey everyone, I'm going to be giving you a little quick how to conduct your own burning bowl ceremony. What is a burning bowl ceremony? A lot of you have reached out to me about this because you are intrigued. It's a very simple ceremony. To me, it's just a letting go ceremony with the use of fire. So, um, I started doing this as I guess you could call it a spiritual practice in my teen years. It started with burning my old journals and letting go of the past, and then quickly moved on to utilizing it to let go of a lot of other things. So, it's become rather popular now. I've seen there are a lot of burning bowl ceremonies that are happening now, so it's become fairly recognized. But it's a very simple process. Doesn't require a lot of time. I mean, you can obviously give it as much time as you would like. I like to spend at least an hour or two in the process. And sometimes I will go back and kind of redo a few things if necessary. Some things are quick and easy to kind of transform or burn away. Other things take some time. The burning bowl ceremony can also be done with invocation, so you can use it as a process of letting go as well as igniting what it is that you want to create. So whatever you're letting go and creating space for, you can use it as a system of replacing that thing that no longer served you with something that is going to serve you. I have yet to use it as both a letting go and invocation in the same experience, but that is absolutely an option for you to kind of do them both together. I mean, it seems like it'd be a really amazing experience. For me, I like to let go and spend some time processing and letting go, and then move into like the really powerful invocation. So it's up to you on how you want to use it. It's yours. Make it your own. But to get started, you need just a few basic supplies. You're going to need something to write with, pen or pencil. I like a Sharpie. Piece of paper. I would start with a couple of large sheets of paper. You never know what you're going to be writing down. And a cauldron if you have one. If you have a fireplace or a fire pit, that is ideal. Love a good fireplace. If you don't, if you live in an apartment like me, and I always have, so a cauldron or anything that is safe for burning, just make sure that it's safe, please. I actually use a cast iron skillet. It sounds really silly. Don't eat with this after you use it, but I like it because it has a handle on it. So it's easy to kind of carry around. You know, you never know if you're going to move around with the fire. Who knows what's going to happen, right? You might want to be one of those people. But anything that's just safe to burn in. If you're burning a lot of paper, you definitely want a fire pit or a fireplace. So it just depends on how much you're going to be writing down. But we'll get into that in just a second. And then last but not least is any kind of purifying sage or Palo Santo. These are my go-tos. If you don't have anything else in the house, sage and Palo Santo are great go-tos. So those are just the few basic things that you need for getting your ceremony going. So you've got your supplies. You want to next create a space for it. So make sure you've got, kind of an area cleared out for yourself. If you're doing it in an apartment, make sure that you're using a fire safe utensil to burn in. If you're doing it outdoors, of course, make sure it's safe as well. But just, take the time to clear the space, make sure everything is safe, and create the space. So if you like, you can do a really simple breathing exercise or a meditation beforehand. The meditation is really great for checking in, because you are really going to be going inside and finding all of those lingering areas that really need to be let go of. So creating the space is very important. So whatever you need to do to kind of check in with yourself, use your own process. But I find a sitting meditation works really well. And I will it's great for New Year's. So for a New Year's celebration, prior to the year ending, it's great to kind of check in with yourself, recap the year, see where you are emotionally, see if there are any, I should probably actually just use my piece of paper to tell you what it's great for doing. It's great for releasing regrets, any regrets that you've had, things you've done, things you've said over the last year. We are not perfect. So forgive yourself. This is a great opportunity for forgiving yourself for not being a perfect human being, or being perfectly imperfect, excuse me. Another great use of this ceremony is for failed misunderstandings. So all those opportunities where you and someone else could have hit the mark and neither one of you did. Another great use of this exercise is for releasing trauma. This could be major trauma, an unfortunate situation that you experience. It could be micro trauma. We live in such a society where our lives are an open book at this point, and people are just firing right and left at us. People we don't know, people we know. So all of those little words or situations that come up, even though they're very micro experiences, they make an impact in the long run, and they are things that we do sometimes unconsciously hold on to. So it's really great to let all of those things go. Illness is another great opportunity to let go of. And then just any lingering emotions or attachments. Like I said, this ceremony is really great for the end of the year. But it's great throughout the year if you're transitioning from, one job to another, or you're letting go of a relationship, or letting go of a friendship or a loved one in any way. It's a really great process to go through, just whenever it seems fit. So the frequency of it can be as often as you need to. If you need to do this ceremony 5 to 6 times, you do it 5 or 6 times. You may only need to do it once. I mean, it might just be like, boom, you do it, it's done, it's gone, let's go. And there may be some things that really are still just taking their time to process, or there's way too much value in it, and you're learning way too much from the experience to really let it go yet, and that's fine too. So Those are some examples of reasons things that you can use the ceremony for letting go of. So once you've checked in with yourself and kind of gone through the past year of life and seen all the areas where you find those areas where you're ready to let go, start writing them down. So I like to be, by the time I get to burning, I like for what I'm wanting to let go of to be very clear and very concise. So you may have written an entire sheet of paper of things down. You may have journaled a whole lot. I mean, you can take an hour or two journaling alone. For me, I like to get straight to the point. So what I will do is just cut a bunch of small pieces of paper like this, and then write on them just a few words. It could be one word, it could be a name, it could be a date, it could be an experience. It's whether it's one word or 200 words. I mean, it can contain the same energy. So I like to be clear and concise, but you're welcome to write a novel if you need to. Whatever you need to do to help you let go of the process. So once you're done writing, you'll have everything down on your paper, and then you're ready to burn. So you'll go to your fireplace, the fire pit, cauldron, or maybe you have a large abalone shell. You can use whatever's safe for burning. I can do things on small things and on cast iron in the apartment because I do use really small pieces of paper. But if you have large pieces of paper, obviously use the fireplaces. And then you'll start your burn. It's great to burn a little bit of sage or Palo Santo during the process. You might put that in with your pieces of paper. So for sage, you can break up a little bit of the sage and put it in with there. That will help with the transformation. Basically, you're transmuting these energies. The Palo Santo you can burn in the fireplace or the fire pit. For something smaller, it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge, but you can always use a charcoal or something. And then you're going to start your burn. And you're going to let go, and you're going to release as much as humanly possible, and do it as many times as you need to. If you need to keep writing down on paper, do whatever you need to do. But I encourage you to get straight to the point, be clear, be concise about what it is you want to let go, and do it quickly. Let me know if you have any questions, or feel free to reach out. Let me know how your own personal burning bowl ceremony went. I'm excited to hear, and I'm looking forward to sharing more ceremonies and rituals with you in the future. All right, ciao.